land. Luckily Cliffs, first land into nothing. Yep. Held up a fatal push for the Elvish Mystic. Draws for the turn. Goes for Bloodtide Harvester. We need a decent threats. Push some damage. And this was a very good sign for me, seeing Hilkiah keeping a one-lander and relying on the elves. As you can see, taking in 3 damage with the Harvester, going for Stomp, just to keep up, keep him from pushing more resources. Top decks a Nykthos, is very good for Hilkiah. Cycle, land. That's another Harvester off the top. And then another Harvester. That was my hand. Just hoping for I was hoping that it was enough for the match. Because he's already down to 14. I have another Bone Crusher Giant on the side. Hilkiah, let's see what he can do with this kind of board state. So if he has a land, he can definitely go off here and try to keep building his board until he can slam his planeswalkers. Or yeah, there's the Overgrown Tomb, even shocking. And this was very surprising for me because main board Lovestruck Beast was very good against my deck. Because now he has 2 blockers, and one of them basically just kills one of my creatures easily. It's a 5/5. No way for me to push through. So this was very tough on the Rakdos midrange end. This was exactly what the mono green needed. Just a big wall, trying to buy some time. And I believe I drew a land, if I'm not mistaken. But even though I have 3 blood type harvesters on the field, I was thinking about going in, jump block, and I'm gonna use one of those just to fend off the wall and keep the pressure going. I think one of the biggest critiques that I could give in this match is playing that land. I could have used that land to cycle it off from my blood token instead, because now he was able to slam a Cavalier of Thorns, which he was able to find a land off the 5 cards. Fortunately for me, no sign of Storm the Festival, which is a very dangerous card if he gets to find it. This is what makes Mono Green such a powerful deck. Like, it's super resilient. It has so many ways to fill the board and just overwhelm your opponents with big spells. And even at this point, like another wall with Cavalier of Thorns is just so painful. And see, even after that draw off the top, I drew another land. It was very excruciating for me. I was probably thinking of cycling again. Yeah. Trying to get a Dreadbore off the top. Let's crack the blood token. Yeah, that was a blood crypt. There you have it. There's the top deck. Red bar. That was the mindset that I had when I was going through. So, which is why I could have gotten uh, the dread board earlier had I cycled the land that I just played a turn ago. So I'm putting him down to 5. And this is why Rakdos is very scary as a deck as well, because you can just loot away all your bad cards with Fable and Mirror Breaker, with the blood tokens from Bloodtide Harvester, and just find your threats, find your removals and disruptions, and push through enough damage. But the question is it going to be enough? Because he's down to 5, and he already has a decent amount of mana. Another wall is going to be very painful for the Rakdos midrange to deal with. Because the only way that I could that the Rakdos midrange could ever refill the board, this board is through the Castle Lockdwain, is a very interesting one of in the deck. A lot of Rakdos midrange decks never run that, and that's another Lovestruck Beast from the main board. Very interesting uh, choice here from Hilkiah, deck building choice by Context, into another Wolf Willow Haven. So this is tough. Like a 5/5 is actually very hard to beat. And Hilkiah has been very consistent and just delaying the game so far. Trying to remember what I was probably going for. Roxa, okay. Gonna discard. I believe that's a Thrun. That would have been a good spell, but I think that was Hilkiah's hand. Uh, yeah, just pass a turn. I don't have any good attacks right there. You could have just chop block with the human token as well as just kill my Bone Crusher. Oh, he had uh 2 cards in hand back then, and he already had Karn. And at that point, I think the game was about to close out. That's just been the struggle with the matchup with Mono Green for Rakdos mid range. Like, and Hilkiah's configuration definitely paid off. The Love Struck Beast is such a powerhouse in this matchup. Like, unless I have an extra fatal push off the top, there was no way for me to push in for some damage. Yep, checking his graveyard, trying to take away the Croxa, because I could have casted it on the next turn. So Tormod's Crypt gonna be the answer for that. Puts it in the hand. Definitely gonna cast it, and he has a second Karn on his hand as well. So Hilkiah drawing very good in this game 1. Yep, and there is the library. Excuse me, the graveyard exiled. That should have been my plan B. Dreadbore kind of late. I could put him down to 1, but then he had the token. He forgot. Disappeared suddenly. I had no choice but to kill Karn and hope he didn't have a second one. But of course he did, as we saw from his hand. only a matter of if he can defend himself in the next turn with just the human token. I believe he was trying to look for a line where he can cast both Karn into Sky Sovereign. That would have been like a really good turn for him. But I'm not sure if he did have enough mana for it. Like pay for 5, 6, 7. He only has 3 mana. Oh, he went for the old growth troll. Okay. And that was off the top. So just saying, Hilkiah was drawing really good in this tournament and in this game specifically. Yeah, so he has 2 blockers and he can get Karn. Can either choose Sky Sovereign or a Shadow Spear just to stabilize. Yeah, there's a Shadow Spear. He's gonna slam it right off and equip it next turn. It's short of 1 mana. Or did wait, no, I think he had enough mana to equip it. So okay. So he casted Troll for 3. Okay, so he doesn't have. And then he floated 5 mana just to cast Karn and Shadow Spear, but he only has 1 mana left. So Shadow Spear needs 2 in order to equip, and that is the game breaker right there. If only I had, uh, if only I had some sort of answer. Yeah, that would. I had no choice but to attack. Gonna block with both. Uh, I had Stomp. I decided to kill the old growth troll. There could have been a line where I would have killed the human and tried to kill Karn. That I think that was a better line. But I was afraid that he would stabilize really fast with the Shadow Spear in his graveyard already. He's checking his sideboard because he has another shot at looking for another card, counting the mana. I believe the line he took was Portal to Phyrexia, because he should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have enough for, yeah, that's a land. He drew a land off the top, and that was enough for him to cast Portal of Phyrexia. That was yeah, the deck's good. You want to beat Mono Green? You want to beat Rakdos? Just play Mono Green Devotion. Definitely rough. Trying to find something to play. But at this point, Portal of Phyrexia can bring back his creature. He can bring back my creature. That's up to him. At this point, it's just game over. Yeah, brings back Thrun. even puts on the Shadow Spear. So this should wrap up game number one in favor of Hilkiah or the Mono Green Devotion. I think he was trying to look for a line where he can kill me on the turn. There's Kiora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Devotion. I'm not mistaken. Just trying to be mana efficient and try to equip the Shadow Spear for damage. Tap. Trying to animate the Lair. Equip it. Oh, looks like he forgot. Yeah, he forgot the line where he could have ticked up Karn and killed me with Portal of Phyrexia, yeah. And then he realized that after. Yeah, that was already lethal. At this point, there was no reason to continue.
If you would like to support this channel, check out our website at topdeckph.com.
Another turn for possible fatal push. Yeah, go blank is very good in the matchup. There's the 1/1 human, no sign of fatal push. Blood-Tide Harvester, very standard turn for Rakdos midrange just to keep the pressure. He also has Dreadboard just to answer any big threats later in the game. Wolf Willow Haven, very good, which means he can play Karn next turn. But he'll most likely play Lovestruck Beast. So this is the turn for me to play Go Blank and try to attack for his hand. He gets to decide which cards to discard. So Oath of Nissa and Elvish Mystic. Nykthos, very consistent in finding the land. Goes for the Old Growth Troll, very annoying card. So even though I kill it with Red Boar, it comes back as an enchantment. Give another mana. So and it also gives 3 devotion. So okay, already guaranteed with 4 devotion at this point. Playing Den of the Bugbear, another threat later in the game. And no choice. Would have opted to play a Fable if I had access to it. Fortunately, don't have it. Okay, I'm not very worried about his life total because um, he likes this type of speed. Means yeah, and he gets a storm off the top. Very well done. What cards he gets the slam. But a very unfortunate turn of events for Hilkiah is getting double Wolf Willow Haven. Means he has no choice but to play Lovestruck Beast and hope for another a better storm later, as he can cast it again with the flashback. But he's still looking pretty good because of Lovestruck Beast on the field. So this card has been the bane of the Rakdos Midrange's existence ever since this game started. Very good tech here from Hilkiah. Just pressing the table. Trying to weigh down my options on how to keep pushing for damage. So look at the threat. Yep, kill. Unfortunately, had to sacrifice the Blood Tide Harvester just to get rid of the Lovestruck Beast. But at this point, Hilkiah has tons of mana to access. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has 6 devotion, and then he gets to float like 3 more. Yeah, that should be enough for another storm. So he's definitely in a position to pass it off. He's also thinking of a possible line for Karn. Float 6, 10, 11. 11 men. Doing on the blading on the Karn line instead. Kaisov not really looking good here because there's nothing to take out on the board. He's decided it's gonna float 6, I believe. No, float 3 muna. Elvish Mystic. Gonna give him another devotion. Gonna give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 8, 9, and 11. It goes for the storm routes, giving the thumbs up for the resolution. See what he gets off the top. Yora and Oath of Nissa, which is good because now he can look for a bigger threat like Karn, Cavalier of Thorns, maybe Thrun. Gets another Old Growth Troll. He gets to draw again. Untap Nykthos. I know it. But he's just gonna cast it. Because he can't he doesn't have enough mana for to activate Nykthos. So gets to draw. Still a pretty good turn, in my opinion. Because old growth troll is very annoying to deal with. Yeah, I was also flooding the points. Another go blank. And he got a he got another storm as well. So from that draw from Kiora. Crazy. But at this point I was super behind uh in this game number 2. It would take a miracle to come back at this point. So back at Hilkiah, thinking for another line where I think he drew another card off the top, which is crazy. Yeah, he did. That's insane. So at this point, it's a clear consensus that mono green. If you see this type of gameplay, mono green devotion can easily destroy the Rakdos mid range matchup just by you know getting a very powerful card off the top, and he's also making sure with Escape Leveler, well, tons of mana, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 12, 4 more. He's going to draw off the top, thanks to Kiora, and gets a Cavalier as well, and he gets to cast it. See if he can get Nykthos. Oh, a Storm. Oh, yeah, he does get it. Legendary rule. He hasn't activated Kiora yet. So there's going to be a lot of mana. And he gets to draw from Kiora. So this is at a point of no return for Rakdos midrange, like super empty board. As he doesn't even decide to attack. Like nothing else. Yep, just a Bloodsign Harvester. Very flimsy vampire at it. We're gonna tick down Karn. Believe he's gonna lay the Shadow Spear. Whip at the leveler. The leveler is going to. Oh, but there's a response. A braid. It's still main phase, so he can still activate. He comes back. Doesn't matter. Yep. And there's the handshake, the concession, and there goes your best of 3 match between Mono Green Devotion and Rakdos Midrange. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out. Stevie Bappo out.